Hi, everyone. It's Valerie Gordon from Commander in She, and I'm recording this video for anyone who is not able to attend today's free webinar, Know Your Worth and How to Ask for It, because I want to be able to share with you the tips we discussed today and also tell you about the three-part course I am offering to help you take command of negotiations. You stick around to the end, I even have a discount code for you. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our expectations, particularly when we think about salary negotiations. And I wanted to share a story with you about an experience I had when I was giving someone on my team a promotion. And my preferred candidate, this woman, was in my office, and I was telling her that we had selected her for the position, and I gave her all the information about the new responsibilities and the salary. And needless to say, she was thrilled. This was the job that she had wanted. She had gotten it, and it was a huge salary bump from what she had been making previously. So she told me how excited she was, and she thanked me. And then we ended the conversation and she walked out of the office. Now, the entire time, the back end of that conversation, I was attempting to communicate with her telepathically. And what I was saying was, ask me for more money, ask me for more money, ask me for more money, because I knew that the salary I was offering her was at the lower range of the salary for that position. And I had been authorized really almost on the spot, if she had asked for more, to offer her about 10% more, which was, not a small amount of change. And in fact, if she had asked for even more than that, I could have probably gone to bat for her. I'd have to take that up the ladder and get approval on it. But she didn't ask because she didn't know that she could. And that's something that I felt early in my career. Nobody actually told me that you could negotiate a salary offer. In fact, it was probably at one of my first jobs where I was an admin assistant. I was a PA assisting 5 producers who all, I thought, did pretty much the same thing. And I was shocked to learn that that wasn't the case, that they actually all earned the same amount. And the only way I found that out was because one day I had to clear out a jam from the printer, because that was among my responsibilities. And I found a piece of paper that I was clearly not meant to see, that no one was meant to see, that someone in finance had printed out and got stuck in the machine, that listed those producers' salaries. 2 funny things about this. One was a bunch of them made about the same amount, which at that time was $60,000. And me as a PA at that time thinking like, wow, like someday I want to be a producer making $60,000, because that's my goal salary. That's a lot of money. To me at that time it was. But even more surprising was noticing that one producer made a bit less than the others, and that 2 made quite a bit more, substantially more, for doing more or less the same work. It was really the first time I realized that you could have the same job title, but not necessarily make the same money. So we started today with a question. I wanted to know from everyone, when you got your last job offer or your first job offer, did you ask for more? Yes or no? And why or why not? Because when I talk to clients, there's about 10 reasons they give me most frequently as to why they don't. Number 1 reason, the offer was in range of my expectations. So they got what they thought they wanted or what they thought they could get. Number 2, I said yes without thinking about it. Sometimes we're so excited just to get the offer that we just say yes, and not until a week or so later we think, gee, I probably should have negotiated that offer. 3, I was told the salary was set or non-negotiable, so I didn't think to ask. Number 4, I hear this one a lot. I was too intimidated to ask. It can be intimidating. Number 5, I was just happy to get the job. And by the way, we're sort of made to feel grateful, aren't we? Number 6, I didn't want to appear selfish. Since when is looking out for your own interests considered selfish? Number 7, I figured they'd say no. So what's the point? Number 8, I thought if I did, they might change their minds about hiring me. Yes, gosh forbid, you should, seem pushy or something like that. Number 9, I wanted to ask, but didn't know how to. If that's you, you are in the right place. Or number 10, you can ask for more, Many people, like I was in that first job, not even really knowing that that is an option. And so we don't ask. In fact, women negotiate more assertively for other individuals, such as their employees, than they do for themselves. I'll give you some data here. 68% of women accept the salary they are offered and do not negotiate, a 16-point difference compared to men. What I found interesting about this is that means that half the men aren't asking either. But men are 4 times more likely than women to ask for a raise. And when women do ask, they typically request 30% less than men do. How do those numbers add up? Well, that leads to almost $2 million in lost revenue over a lifetime for the average woman seeking to climb the leadership ladder. That is a crazy amount of money. I can't even wrap my head around it. I mean, I guess it has to do with compound interest and retirement plans and all those sorts of things, but that is so much money to leave on the table. So why are we not asking? Why are we so uncomfortable asking for more? Now, I am someone who believes in the power of words. And so I looked at the word negotiate. What is it about negotiation that makes us so uncomfortable? And I found these definitions on the interwebs. Negotiation is a strategic discussion that resolves an issue in a way that both parties find acceptable. Negotiation occurs when a conflict between or two or more parties needs to be resolved. And negotiation is a dialogue between 2 or more people intended to reach a beneficial outcome over one or more issues where a conflict exists. Now, look at the words that I have highlighted here: conflict and issues. We don't like those. So if you're someone who thinks of a negotiation as butting heads with someone, I want this, I deserve this. Well, you can't have that. Of course, it's going to be something that you are going to avoid naturally at all costs. So I want to change your thinking about it. And the first thing I want to change is the actual word negotiation. If you're saying to yourself, I'm going to go in and negotiate a raise for myself, you're actually using the wrong word. Here's why. Negotiation is a 2-step process, and the actual act of negotiation is not the first step. It is the second. The negotiation is always preceded by something else, something far simpler. It's preceded by the ask. In other words, think of it this way. If you want to go in and ask your boss for more money, for a salary increase, and they say, you're right, you are worth more, I'm going to give you 10% more, you didn't have to negotiate a single thing. If you want to go in and ask your boss for a continuation of a work from home opportunity, and they say, yes, I see how we can make this work, you may have that opportunity. Again, no negotiation necessary. All you had to do was ask. In fact, we don't even start with a negotiation until you hear a different word. It's a word nobody likes. The word is no. So let's say you make your ask and you're told no, you can't have a salary increase. No, you can't continue working from home. Now we're into the negotiation. No is the start of the negotiation, not the end of it. That's a quote from Chris Voss, who wrote a book called Never Split the Difference. Chris Voss is a master negotiator, but he's not negotiating people's salaries. He is a hostage negotiator. The stakes are a little bit higher. So when you've made an ask and you've heard the word no, it's not over. I want you to think about flipping this word. When you hear the word no, now you can say to yourself, oh, it's on, because now you've got the start of the negotiation. But keep in mind, you can't get to yes if you are afraid to go for no. If you're afraid of hearing that word no, you will never ask. Now, in the course that I am offering, one of the things we're really going to focus on is preparing to make that ask. And we're going to start with getting really familiar with your UVP. What is your UVP? It is your unique value proposition. Your unique value proposition is all the value that you bring to the role. It goes far beyond just your responsibilities and the job that you do. It's your experience, your education, your technical know-how, your behaviors and traits and attitudes, and it's who you know and what you know. It's even the cost of replacing you if the company were to have to do that. So we're going to spend a lot of time in the course focusing on your strengths so that you feel confident going in for the ask. Because the more value that you create for your organization, the more value you can claim by higher salary or more opportunity or a better title. And the more value you claim as you rise in the organization, ideally then, the more value you create. We're going to get really clear on your UVP and understanding the value that you bring so that you feel confident in the ask. We're also going to spend time clarifying our goals, giving some thought to what is it we truly want. What do you want? And I'll add 2 words to that. What do you want right now? Because our goals can change over time. And I'm going to suggest that you get specific, meaning it's not enough just to say, I want to make more money. How much more money? What are you earning now? What do you hope to earn? What's your time frame for doing so? We're also going to work on prioritizing our asks. Sometimes we want too many things all at once, and sometimes those things are in conflict with each other. We're also going to consider the timing, both for us, what works for us right now, but also the calendar of timing for your organization. The last thing you want to do is ask for a promotion or a raise right after promotions or raises have been given out. You will be waiting until next year. In addition to thinking about what we want, we're going to focus on why do we want it? So often the things we want aren't actually things that are important to us. They're based on external expectations. You've been in your role for a number of years, or people are asking how much you make, or you see others making more. We need to be sure that what we're asking for is important to us. And we need to focus on what I call the DAM. We need to determine assigned meaning. What is the determined assigned meaning for what we are giving this goal that we want to achieve? What does it mean for us? Because I know for me, for many years, I was hung up on getting to a higher title at work. I thought that would make me feel fulfilled. When looking back, what I wanted to know more was that the work I did mattered, that I was making an impact. And no title, which might feel great surface level, was actually going to give that to me. We'll also talk about creating a scale of importance of what is important to us. What is most important? What should we do first, second, and third? When we've got conflicting goals, how do we make them achievable in a time frame that's reasonable for us? Then we're going to talk about how to set the scene for a successful negotiation. Now, many of you who've worked with me before know that everything I do is based in storytelling, and I borrow a lot from the 5 W questions and 1 H, the who, what, when, where, why, and how. And in setting the scene, we're going to ask them this way. Who needs to be in on the conversation? Are you even asking the right person? Who supports you? What specifically are you asking for? Nothing worse than going in, telling your boss you're unhappy and you want more, and then they just give you more work. Make sure that you're guiding them to what you actually want. When is the ideal time to make this ask? Where is it best for this conversation to take place? Is it something that happens at a performance review, or is it better to plant that seed months before? Then we're going to focus on a why, but it's not your why, it's their why. Why is this beneficial to the other side? In other words, once you've determined your value, how can you figure out what they value and make it clear that your ask is beneficial to them? And finally, how will you proceed if you don't get a yes? Again, once we hear that no, the negotiation is on. And that's where the course I'm offering is going to spend the bulk of the time. What happens if you don't get the answer you want? I have a series of questions that should then follow. You don't just walk out of the room disappointed. There are other questions you can ask. As I like to say, use no, N-O, as your no, K-N-O-W. And Chris Voss agrees. Negotiation is not an act of battle, he said. It's a process of discovery. The goal is to uncover as much information as possible. So in the course that I'm offering, I have gathered a lot of information for you and about you. I'm offering this as a 3-part on-demand series, meaning it's not live, it's recorded so you can do it at your own pace. We've got 3 training modules. The first is focused on determining your value, really focusing on your UVP, those skills that you offer, and building your confidence based on your strengths so that you feel as confident as possible when you go in for that ask. The second is going to give you keys to set the scene for success. And the third process is the negotiation know-how, where we're really going to get into if-then scenarios and how to respond if you hear the word no, until you know that you can get to the word yes. The training modules include recorded videos, downloadable exercises, multiple success stories, and resource links. It allows you to work at your own pace and provides a lot of bonus content. I'm going to go through that. Now, for anyone who feels like they have a particular concern that they want more help with, maybe you've got a challenge at work, or this is your first time going in to even make this kind of ask, or it's your first job, I'm also offering the opportunity to have an individual coaching add-on, an hour with me where we will work through your biggest challenges. But here's some of what's included in the course material. I'm going to give you 5 clues. It's time to ask for a raise. These might surprise you, things you haven't thought about. I'm going to tell you a good time to ask, but then a better time to ask, and then the best time to ask when you want to make sure you are maximizing that opportunity. Some of the content includes creating your own value statement, getting into your emotional thought process. Is it really a raise that you're after? I'm going to give you 10 things that can be negotiated other than salary, and 12 essential follow-up questions if you hear the word no. We're going to talk about what to do if you're told no, and also what not to do if you're told yes. I have seen this happen where the person is so flabbergasted that they actually got what they asked for that they then sort of shoot themselves in the foot, and you don't want to do that. We're also going to talk about how to get over the guilt factor. Why do we feel so guilty when we ask for more for ourselves? I'm going to give you tips so you don't let that inner story impact your external results. You'll also get a full list of do's and don'ts for the negotiation process and what to do if you did the thing you weren't supposed to do, like cry. Been there. I can help you with that. I'm also going to tell you tips to know when to play hardball and also what to do before you walk away if you choose to do that. So now you're probably wondering, okay, thanks for all the free tips, Val, but I could use a little more help. What are you charging for this course? So again, this is a 3-part training series. You get access to all the videos and resources, downloadable tools, the exercises, and I am charging $149 for that. That is not a typo. It is not missing a zero at the end of it. I absolutely believe in the value of this program, but what I want to do is get it into the hands of as many people as possible. So I want to make it affordable, especially for those people who haven't yet gotten the raise. So it's $149, but wait, if you've stuck around this long, I have something even better for you. Didn't I say that everything's negotiable and that negotiation is the second step of the process? And what do you have to do first? So I'm going to give you a discount code if you want to negotiate the price. Anyone have an idea of what it is? Your discount code is just ask. That's it. And I'll take $50 off, bringing the cost of the course under $100. All you have to do is ask, just ask. Now, let's say you're interested in the entire course, the training series, plus that single individual coaching session. I am opening my calendar for single sessions. There is no commitment for a long-term coaching package. You can get a one-on-one hour focused on you and your most pressing questions. And I'm offering that for $299. So that is the access to all the videos and exercises plus the coaching session, $299. But wait, everything's negotiable, right? What do you need to do? Just ask. I'll take another $50 off of that too. I'm actually so super excited about this that I'm kind of giddy about it because I hope everyone takes advantage of it. Now, how do you order this? It is coming out in February. It'll launch in February and you will get first access to it. I will follow up for everyone who had signed up for the webinar. You will get a follow-up email that includes an order form. You let me know what you're interested in, the downloadable course or the downloadable course plus coaching, and then you'll get access to my calendar to book that session as well. Once the material is ready to be distributed, you'll get another email confirming your order and taking you to a page for payment. If for any reason you don't get that email or you are watching this video at a later time and you are still interested, go ahead and email me at info@commanderinshe.com. That's my email, and we will get you the order form so that you can work on how to take command of negotiations with the art of the ask. Remember, it all starts from knowing your value and not being afraid to hear the word no. I'm wishing you much success in this next chapter, and I hope it includes for you a lot more money because you are worth it. Thanks so much.